The Rhythm section is now in theaters, and the Rhythm section is about a woman who seeks revenge against those who orchestrated a plane crash that killed her entire family. This is a movie that stars Blake Lively, Jude Law, and of course Sterling K. Brown. It's a movie that, based on the trailers, you're kind of confused as to what it's going to be, so I'm not going to go into it further as to what genre it is. What I will say to start right off the bat is that the cast is fine. Blake Lively is a good actress, and her performance is good. I liked with what she did with the character, even if I wasn't the biggest fan of the character. I liked with what she had to offer with that character. Jude Law, I honestly wish had more screen time, but with the screen time he is given, he's good in the role. Um, Everything else about this movie, I can't even lie. It was a mixed bag of a movie. The score was fine, I suppose, but the soundtrack was not good. Um, that was something that was really bothersome. The soundtrack had it where it would start up, it would last for like 10 seconds, and then it would end. And it was like, okay, I guess that's just a reminder that the director, has good taste in movies. I don't know. It also kind of led to something that really was bothersome to me. The cinematography had some good shots, but then there were other shots where I was like, hey, you ever heard of a tripod? I think you need one of those, because the camera would sometimes be like, and you wouldn't know what was going on, like, at times. And even during long takes, I would feel conflicted because it was shaky camera work and I wasn't able to tell what was going on. So it was like, yes, it's one long take, but at the same time, it's still hard to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where I felt conflicted while watching those scenes. Also, the color palette and the color grading of this movie, I wasn't the biggest fan of. It was very dreary looking, and I get it that this movie's supposed to be very somber, and I love somber movies. But I just felt that with the color palette and color grading that they went for, it really wasn't fitting with the overall movie to me personally. Speaking of which, the tone was a mixed bag. Yes, the movie was somber, but at the same time, I felt like it wasn't sure if it wanted to be like an action movie or if it wanted to be a thought provoking drama, because there was stuff in it that felt really silly, especially in the final act. Certain plot twists involving certain characters, again, non spoiler review, but there were certain characters that did things in the final act that felt as if the story was telling them to do it instead of the characters to do it, because based on what we already knew about the characters, it didn't really make much sense to me personally. But overall, it's a movie that I felt very mixed while watching it. I didn't hate it, but there was a lot of time throughout the movie where I felt like they could have shed some, minutes easily off the movie, which is kind of crazy considering the movie's only 109 minutes long. It really isn't that long, but it felt long, with the pacing and everything. In terms of things I outright hated, I had to say Blake Lively's character I really didn't like. I borderline hated her character, and I'm saying that as someone that likes Blake Lively. I just felt like her character. I get it that she was supposed to be someone that was, on drugs and then becomes like a hit woman essentially. Trying to fight her family, and I get it that she's supposed to be someone that isn't up to snuff in terms of standards of being able to kill. Like, she has a difficult time doing it, and I get that. But she was also very sloppy with the approach, and I just felt like with all that Jude Law's character taught her, you would think that she would have learned something, and she didn't. At the end of the day, you almost feel as though those exercises and those challenges that his character did, that she didn't really learn anything, and it almost felt like those scenes were pointless in the long run, and that stinks because those exercise scenes were, in my opinion, the best parts about the movie. So, again, it's a frustrating experience. It's a movie that if someone were to tell me that they liked it, I would get it. I would respect their opinion. But for me personally, with my opinion, I just felt very mixed with a lot of things. I think that there were some fine to okay things. Again, the acting was fine. I thought the score was fine. But overall, I still couldn't get really behind the characters or the storytelling or the pacing. And I personally, I'll be giving the Rhythm section a 2 out of 5 star rating, which, yeah, no hot sauce rating. So I guess not quite my tempo. So, guys, let me know your thoughts on the Rhythm section in the comment section down below. What did you think about it? Again, keep in mind, I look at things from usually a filmmaking, entertainment, and rewatchability perspective, all of which this movie failed upon. But in terms of like realism, yeah, this movie wasn't realistic in a lot of aspects. Some it was, a lot of times it wasn't. So, guys, again, those are my thoughts on the Rhythm section. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate the support. And don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.